it's Liz and Angela. We are back to you again with a new year, back with our Facebook Lives that we will do weekly. And I'm going to give it off to Angela to start us off.
All right, thanks Liz, and thank you all for watching. We're very excited to be back. It's definitely an exciting time of year. There's only 13 days until we inaugurate a new president. So up here in Northern Virginia and all around DC, people are getting ready, mostly ready for traffic.
Yes.
But with those events and even events that are opposed to the inauguration, it's going to be a really busy time. And then after that, we're going to have a brand new administration in office. So we're very excited to hear about your ideas and share some that we already have in the works. As we get started, we wanted to talk a little bit about a major news event that's happening today. It's the shooting in Fort Lauderdale that's been reported at the airport. And, Liz, we were talking about this just a second ago. Our biggest message to everyone is we're not going to speculate. We just hope that everyone is safe, and we're sending everyone our very best wishes. So with that said, how about you pick one? Which one goes first?
Sure. So as always, just a quick reminder, we are tuned in. So if you want to add comments or ask us questions, we are always willing to interact with our viewers, and we love to hear, even just how your year's been or what you're looking forward to in a Trump administration, anything like that. Just go ahead, comment, get involved with our conversation today. I think we should start off with the petition that we have linked in our description. It's one that just went up on our thing about Rahm Emanuel, and he has set up this defense fund for refugees and illegal immigrants who are being threatened to be deported and sent home. And the refugee thing is kind of just slapped in there to make it look better. Refugees aren't generally being sued to be deported, so this is really just a fund for illegal immigrants.
That's true. The fund is $1 million that Rahm Emanuel, the mayor of Chicago, set aside. That $1 million was actually supposed to be part of a property tax rebate, but he said no. He said instead of giving taxpayers what they're owed and what of their money they could actually get back from the government, he decided to set up this fund. And I've been talking to this petitioner, and she found some really fascinating stuff about Chicago as a place that I didn't know. If you're from Chicago, please chime in. But there's some really cool stats here. If you think about, they're cool and that they're fascinating. They're definitely not good. But it shows you just how bad the crime problem has gotten in Chicago. There are an estimated over 100,000 gang members in the city, and not all of those people are here legally. Not all of them are citizens. And there's also been a 72% increase in the murder rate since last year. And that's just so scary.
Yeah, that's crazy to think that, a murder rate could be that high and could increase that much.
Yeah, it's a huge change, and not the kind of change that we want to be seeing. So, in talking to this petitioner, she was saying how this money, the property tax rebate idea is all well and good, but even if they're not going to do that, don't use this money to help people who aren't paying the taxes that they should be, who broke federal law by coming into this country or overstaying a visa in this country. Use that instead to make the city safer. And I thought that was a really interesting proposal.
Yeah, that seems like a good one that would actually benefit citizens of Chicago, as opposed to, do you know this? Is this fund supposed to be helping, is it any illegal immigrant, or is it just the illegal immigrants being harbored in Chicago?
So it's just restricted to Chicago, which is interesting. But Chicago is a major transit hub, and there's an estimated 150,000 illegal residents in the city. So it is restricted to Chicago, but that's a pretty big place. So this is going to have far-reaching impact.
Yeah, especially if they don't have even limits on how that it could be. Chicago could become an even bigger hub for illegal immigrants to go if they know that they have the threat of deportation.
Absolutely.
So
it's already a sanctuary city, which is really interesting. We already have a petition up about defunding the sanctuary cities. And when we say sanctuary city, I think it's pretty important to go over what that term actually means. It means that the local authorities have told the police not to cooperate with federal immigrations and customs enforcement. You see the abbreviation ICE on things, and we don't often think about what that is, but it really means getting local law enforcement to not follow federal law, which is kind of amazing and weird. There are not very many situations where cities will look at people and say, like, oh, skip those laws, like, we don't care about those. That's pretty strange. So it's definitely something that's going to stay in the news. We're going to stay on top of it. We hope you do as well, and we would love to get your input.
Another petition we've got that's fairly new, and we are based out of the DC area, so it's kind of closer to home for us, is a painting that was commissioned by a congressman in Missouri. They did a local competition, and then the winning painting was being displayed in the Capitol. And this painting is coming out of Missouri, which is where Ferguson happened, and it's depicting cops as pigs. But there's actually, in that, we sent out an email earlier today on that. We've done some social media blasts on that. But there's actually been an interesting update that I will let Angela fill you in on this. A lot of people are offended. A lot of police are obviously in the Capitol building and do not necessarily appreciate being depicted as cops in the nation's capital. And I think a lot of people just feel like that's not a good place to display such a politically polarizing art.
Yeah, well, they feel that it's disrespectful because the Capitol complex actually has its very own police force. They're called the Capitol Police. They're over 2,000 people strong, and not only were they offended by the painting that has those cops with the heads of pigs pointing guns at protesters, it's depicting them as villains. It's completely the opposite of the protect and serve motto that we hear so often, and the protect and serve that the Capitol Police really do a great job of. That's a high security place, and they work really hard. There have been incidents there where they've come under threat and they respond. So we think that they deserve respect. A lot of other people feel the same way. And one of those people heard us loud and clear, and this is where the interesting update comes in. One of the new members of the 115th Congress is Representative Duncan Hunter. He's from out in California, and he was not going to wait for Paul Ryan to take action on this painting. He really went into the hallway where it's displayed, and he took it down himself, and he put it back in the sponsoring congressman's office. So
there you go. That's one way to take care of something.
That was exactly what he said, too. He's a U.S. Marine, and he said, if you want something done, you just call us. So he certainly took matters literally into his own hands. And Congressman Clay, the congressman from Missouri, has refused to make a comment on it so far. So he can put it back up, but Congressman Hunter can take it down again. I don't know. They seem like two passive-aggressive roommates who keep trying to redecorate, like the other one hates it. I don't know.
This is some entertainment for some of us closer to DC, or even we'll just keep you updated and let you know how the war goes on.
Yeah, definitely. And in the petition, we actually mentioned that the congressman could display the painting in his own office. That's totally fine. But putting it in a public place that's defended by police every single day, that's pretty aggressive. And there are police union presidents who wrote a formal letter to Speaker Ryan saying, like, hey man, the painting has to go. But Congressman Hunter is very quickly making a splash on the Capitol. So we will keep you posted, and we're really thankful for your support. We also have another update about baby liberty. Yeah, Liz, I'm sure you guys remember the baby liberty petition that started in December, almost said last year. That still feels really weird because it wasn't all that long ago, but it was the petition to get this little toddler, baby Liberty Bell Phillips, back to her adoptive parents who love and care for her in a place where she was thriving, instead of letting her biological uncle have custody when he's had warrants out. He has a history of violence. He's not the kind of guy who ought to be around a small child. So while it's not a victory yet. We still need more signatures. We still encourage you to go to StandUnited.org and sign, but we're coming really close. They've been granted another hearing, but that hearing hasn't been scheduled yet. So it's in Duval County, Florida. They just don't know when it's going to be on the calendar, but we have heard that it's going to be sometime this month. So we're crossing our fingers. We're really hopeful that we can do something to help this little girl and her family, and we're very grateful for you guys supporting that petition.
All right, well, I think that's all we've got this week. So next week is, 2 weeks. Inauguration Day is in 2 weeks, so we will keep you updated on that. We'll be back sometime next week to do another live about, trending topics and petitions. We also Angela just started one yesterday of weekly videos that we're producing called Petition of the Week, where she highlighted the Cops as Pigs thing. So just keep an eye on our Facebook to see all of the videos and things that we're doing this year. And reach out to us if you have any questions or if you have help or anything. Just let us know. We would love to help you guys. So thank you so much for tuning in and being strong supporters of Stand United. Have a good day.